It's November 2nd, 2015, and this is my first morning in Beijing. Facebook is banned here, so is Google. I see why people are happy. I'm walking right across the street from Tiananmen Square right now. Going to the street vendors trying to sell items to people. A lot of people eager to cross the street while it is still green light, and there is cops around. There's a bustling crowd trying to get to their destination. Obviously, I just had 2 vegetable bun that also had some meat. Hopefully it was not beef. Now at this point I'm about to ride on a train going to Badaling section of the Great Wall of China. I decided to go on my own and not take taxi. So if you see here is a clear map of where we are right now. On top is a Forbidden City, monument to people's heroes, Chairman Mao's mausoleum. So this is the scene of Chinese public rushing to catch a train.
车场乘坐接驳车，因为它是整个景区内唯一的一个接驳返回站，希望能够提醒到您。接下来为您介绍登城方式。现在景区分为2大入口，分别为缆车入口和徒步入口。由于这2个入口不在同一个位置，所以我分别介绍一下。首先介绍一下缆车登城，它是终点站，停车场里边最近。
Here is the start to Great Wall of China at Badaling section. I just came by Ropeway. It cost me 160 yen. And that's where you see So I'm walking up the stairs at Badaling Great Wall section. So I've walked this way so far, and you can see, as far as I can see, you can see all those great walls over there in this section. But I've been walking on top and this way. I think there is something on top over here. There's a small house over there. I think this is the end of it. So this is the another section of Badaling Great Wall. I'm still over here. I don't know who that guy was. Turn around. There is a steep hill downstairs, and the wall itself expands to great distance, which I don't think I'll be able to walk. And no matter how much I walk, I'm not going to complete it. So I just pick a short section and get back to a different destination, because tomorrow evening I'm going back to Xi'an. I spent over an hour here at the Great Wall, and I think this is good enough. As you can see, there's people everywhere at the Great Wall, all the way down. They're taking photos, and even on top, this way, if you see on top, the people walking down, and everywhere. So I'm going to take Ropeway back to go to Summer Palace, where emperors escaped summer in Beijing to spend the time at.
Including fire, gold, wood, earth, and
5 elements.
Yeah.
So right now we are at the Summer Palace in Beijing. This was built as a part of a to escape a harsh summer in Beijing for the emperor. This is part of a UNESCO heritage declared in 1999. Right now we are walking through the longest painting corridor of 720 meters, and right on the left-hand side is a man-made lake. And the lake was built and used this. They used the mud out of the lake to make this mountain over here, where we are walking for Emperor's actual summer palace in Lahore. A beautiful guide here. She's helping me understand, explain
Hello,
here.
Shushan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
This is the second pavilion.
Okay.
Yeah, with the long corridor 4. Same for full season. This is second one, so summer.
Okay.
Another one, autumn and winter. This water looks like a water well. So you stay inside, it's feel cooler, much cooler.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
and
amazing.
no nails. And the whole
Oh, there is no nails here?
No nails. So it's very cool pavilion. Yeah, in China, very traditional Chinese pavilion style.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very cool even right
Yeah.
now.
Right, in the winter time here, frozen the lake.
Oh, lake
Yeah,
freezes it.
yeah. Chinese New Year, we can do the ice skating there.
Really?
Yeah. February.
And there is the temple at the center of the lake where emperors used to travel there by boat every day and pray. So I'm on top of the incense Buddha temple inside the summer palace, and as you can see, it looks beautiful. At the middle of the lake is that temple where emperor used to worship in the evening, taking a boat from this side of the island. And it's the architecture of this building, this temple that was built in 1886, whole thing rebuilt. It's just simply amazing. Patio paintings and painting all over from here. Just looks beautiful. So lovely. Can see? Amazing. And now we're inside this temple. This has the display of different kind of ceilings, those at the end of the temples during different ages. Here's a short story of King and now from here we're on top of this temple. It's pretty big. As I explore Summer Palace, it's about 4 o'clock now, and you can see Beijing from top of the 4 Hall of Buddha, actually behind the temple of behind the Summer Palace here. It's kind of hidden and beautiful though. It's just amazing how more than 140 years ago emperors, they could think of building something gigantic and something magnificent like this. Each with meaningful rather than just putting things on top of each other. It's November 2nd in Beijing at Waifujing. It's one of the famous food street actually, where you get everything. Starting from live snails, live scorpions, and it is very cheap. I just had two stick of lamb grilled for 10 yen. That is $1.20, and that's a pigeon. I might have that now. This is the scorpions. Oh, here comes the scorpions. The black ones, the deadly ones. They did not want me to take photos of that.
来，10元马特，10元马特的要看了啊！来一份烤鱼的热面，没有锅，没有吃深海了。来一份，要不要吃？这个好吃，来一份你都可以点一份。来一份，15一份俩。
Big snails and big seafood of all kinds. And there's a dessert. White Beijing. This is what I'm eating now at White Beijing. It is November 3rd in Beijing. Time is 7:54 p.m. I'm standing right now in front of the Tiananmen Square that spans across this big highway, and this is where you go in the meet. To the other side, there's a lot of people. And this is where the huge military parade happens, and is also infamous for 1989 massacre of unknown, though China maintains that less than 200 died. That is one of the decisive battles in Chinese communist political party history, and continues to ruin as one single party. And somehow I see flag of US here, the Chinese flag, and the other one I see is, I think, is of France. There's some reason, something going on here. A Chinese flag and a French flag, and continues at every alternate pole. So I will be walking down to Tiananmen Square first, and then I will cross the street to Forbidden City. So I am standing right now at the Tiananmen Square in Beijing, and you will see scores of people running behind me, and the hall behind me is the Chairman Mao's Memorial Hall. That is where people are trying to go, and there are people walking, running in scores, and it's lined up already. There's so many people already lined up, and they continue to, if you see behind me, people running. They're literally running. They still, it's a show of support. It sounds like, it looks, or rather it proves the fact that they stay quite loyal to Chairman Mao's and his policy, who in fact is revered here. And across the street there is a Forbidden City, and even on the Forbidden City the only picture hanging, big picture, is of Chairman Mao. This is the path that I will be traveling once done with here. And the building behind me on this side, that is a Museum of China, National Museum of China. And I don't plan to go and stand in line like this, as you see. No, I don't plan to. I don't have much time. At 8:30, the Forbidden City ticket opens at 8:30, and that is where I plan to go. I have a very limited time today, and then I need to take a train to Xi'an from Beijing. It is an amazing feeling to stand at this historical ground. That is the Forbidden City hanging Chairman Mao's picture. Opens at 8:30. On this side, the memorial for Chairman Mao. I'm not sure what that hall is, but there is the Memorial Hall. And there is the National Museum of China. The scores and scores of people running around to get inside to pay their respect. This is where I stand. This is the Hall of Preserving Harmony, number 17 on the map. Right after the small palace. This is the Hall of Central Harmony.
This material is also expensive.
This one. So I have a friend here, his name is Stone. He is from Guangzhou. He's walking around helping me. So we have become friends here.
Yes.
And he's helping me take photos, explaining history of Forbidden City. And right now we are standing next to Hall of Preserving Harmony, where kings, even wedding ceremony has taken place here, and would perform banquets and also change gates before attending any major events. And there is a Hall of Heavenly Purity, Great Gate, and as you go through Gate of Heavenly Purity, you go to Hall of Heavenly Purity, and then it looks beautiful around here.
So many. Talk to yourself.
Built in 1420 and renovated in 1798, the Hall of Heavenly Purity is where the political affairs of the government were handled, and also a secret ballot to the succeeding throne were done in this building. It looks amazing, the quality of paintings and the dragons and the details. See, even the picture. It's a different kind of dragons, implying different meanings. And the coat of golden coat. This was one of the things that was manufactured in Nanjing, with thinner than a hair, and coated with golden all over. Completely renovated.
I may make a mistake.
So
This
this is
palace is not for the queen.
so this was served as a residence of Empress in Ming Dynasty. Empress, yes. In traditional though, it formed a pair with the Heavenly Purity, which lies on the other side of this building.
But I see the feel in TV. They say that this palace is for the queen.
Still allowed to renovate and reconstruct. It's getting old, but definitely they have done a great job preserving this. I'm taking this video now to read more information. All different quality. Supreme Hall of Imperial Peace. We're almost close to the poster number 37, I think, right now. Hall of Imperial Peace. Getting slowly back. This driver. And this is the building, also used as a palace to offer sacrificed animal for the imperial ancestors, but also used as a clock building. The architecture on top of this building is beautiful. Most of these buildings were burnt and then was rebuilt before 1900s though, because the last emperor was kicked out in 1912. So this has a display of over 1580 clocks throughout the building. So it's a different kind of clocks, if you see. And the architecture on top just is amazing. You can even imagine that they would build something like this more than 200, 300 years ago. Clocks of Pagoda style with a garden. The sculpture of Chinese scholars. It is quite normal here for people to walk in front of a camera. Maybe because there's too many people, or there is some information about population. It's called beautiful Shahjahan clock. It's too many clocks. In fact, it is preserved as a separate building. I had to pay 40 yuan to get inside the entire Forbidden Palace, and separate 10 yuan to get into this building alone. So this is the clock. Here is the one that says Chariot of 11, or is driven by an elephant. There's also a small clock. There's the entire palace of a clock. So the list goes on. Cannot imagine getting the entire more amazing ones. Here, and the rhinoceros. And there is a woman inside, on top of a horse. I was just walking around, and actually I was just about to enter this palace, Forbidden City, and this young Chinese man who said he was born after 1980s, I don't know when, he offered that he said, if you need a company, I can walk around with you, and if you don't like it, just let me know, and then I will leave, and maybe I can be a tour guide. So I said okay, and we had an interesting conversation. He helped me take most of the photographs around here. That was nice and helpful, and he did speak English, and he was saying things like, the government is lagging behind in repairs and reconstruction, renovation of this palace. And looking at a few of these examples, you can actually agree to that. You see, this was reconstructed. The entire palace was buried with big trees, almost plants, and you could see everything was collapsing. And by 1949, I think, then the poor Chinese government rebuilt the whole thing. But now it is unbelievable, with millions of people coming in, and they make so much money. I don't know why, but I'm sure it costs so much, and they are doing best they can. But there's a lot to do. There is certainly a lot to do. This huge complex with 9,999.5 rooms. So I'm done 3 hours. Well, actually 2 hours. 8:30 the gate opened. By 9 o'clock I was inside, and it's 5 minutes to 11 and I need to go. And you see scores and scores of people walking inside. Most of these people, the Chinese themselves, are the first time visitors from different part of China, and usually they come in a certain hat, like a red color hat or blue color hat or a certain dress, and is followed by an individual with a flag, so it can be visible from distance, just in case they lose. So it's just all in all a nice journey through the history of China through these palaces. Much more, in many ways, looks almost alike South Korean palaces that was built around the same time, and it's fascinating how things travel this far distance, including this top. You see those mythological creators, exactly how Korean palaces built. This is my last stop in Beijing, and I'm taking it slow. Right after this, it's just 2:18 now. I've entered paying 25 yuan. I will be taking a train to Xi'an. And here, this is the Lama Temple at line number 5 subway. As you enter through this gate, is the main Lama Temple. Buddha temple actually. Top is Chinese believe in yin and yang, which is a balanced power in the nature, with male and female. Usually it could be a dragon or some other animal. Two sides of these temples and palaces. I've come here to ride a train to Xi'an. No visit to China would be successful without a visit to Xi'an. So, day before yesterday, I arrived at 10 o'clock from Hong Kong. That was on 1st of November. Soon after I arrived, I took a train from the airport and I figured out subway and how it works. And yesterday I went to Great Wall, that was the 2nd of November. To the 3rd of November, Forbidden City I went. And today, third night, I'm going to Xi'an. Here I see a lot of crowds staring at me. And actually it took some time for me to figure out what the heck this was. This is, there is actually Chinese army station here, like in nowhere. I saw a lot of people with baggages, Mongolian looking people with a lot of as if they are villages. And came to conclusion, this is the gateway to Tibet, because there is even an immigration counter around here. And you see over there is a military and police in full squadron, ready to take action when necessary. So this is my last stop in Beijing. We're back. Here is the way to getting on my train. It looks bigger than the airport. So I'll be having some food here. I see there's a Starbucks and there is McDonald's as well. And my waiting terminal has been assigned as number 9, so I will follow the sign and wait. This is the railway for me. My ticket. Chinese version of high-speed railway bullet train. Takes 5 hours for 1300 kilometers from Beijing to Xi'an.